Hello everybody. We will now see compound interest, that is the chapter compound interest from standard 8th. The chapter actually is of simple interest plus compound interest, but as per your school we are going to go through only the compound interest part, that is exercise 8.3 of the textbook ML Agarwal. So this particular exercise is based on finding out the compound interest of any particular investment using the formula method. Now before we start with this thing, I'll just give you a short introduction about what is compound interest. The interest what you receive on the interest is compound interest. Like for example, suppose I have put 1000 rupees in a bank and the bank is giving me 10% interest. So at the end of the year I'm going to get 100 rupees as the interest, because I know that 1000 rupees ka 10% is equals to 100 rupees. So if 100 rupees is what I'm going to get it as the interest at the end of the year. Now if I am going to place this 100 rupees, I am not going to collect this 100 rupees and add it to this thing. So in the second year, so this is the first year, in the second year, my principal itself becomes 1100. So the 10% on that will be equal to 110 rupees. So that means that the interest which was available as 100 rupees in the first year became 110 rupees in the second year, because I got interest on this 100 rupees which I got as interest in the first year. So interest by interest is compound interest. So when you are not taking the interest to yourself, but you are depositing that interest as a principal, or you are investing that interest as a principal again, then the interest what you get on that particular amount is called as compound interest. So when you talk about compound interest, there is a simple formula to calculate the amount in the terms of compound interest. So let's see the formula first and understand what exactly are the different terms which are going to be having in this particular formula. So we have the formula as A, that is amount, is equals to P 1 plus R upon 100 raised to N, where we know very well that our P is the principal, which is the amount we have invested. The amount invested is the principal, that is P. Of course, sorry, A will be the amount, that is the maturity amount, or you can say the amount what we get as principal plus the interest, that is the amount. R is the rate of interest, and this interest rate is per annum. Annum is nothing but per year. Per year is called as per annum. N is the period or the time period, but in this case we can also say number of times we get the interest. Okay, number of times I'm going to get the interest in that particular time period, time frame. I'll explain you why I am saying this way rather than time period in the next part of it. So N is the number of times I am going to get interest. Now if this particular value is for per year, then it's a very simple thing that N will be equal to per year. So if it is 3 years, so N will be equal to 3. If it is 2 years, then N will be equal to 2. Right? So it's a simple thing. If the principal, like for example, we have got the principal is equals to 10,000, and we have got the rate of interest to be as 10%. Okay, and if the number of years is equals to 2 years, then amount will be equal to P, that is 10,000 into 1 plus 10 upon 100 the whole square. So this will become 10,000 into 110 upon 100 into 110 upon 100. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That will be 11 into 11, 133100. So this is the amount what I am going to get. So 10,000 will become at the end of 2 years, 10,000, 121, 12100 will be the amount over here for 2 years. So it will be at the end of 2 years I am going to get this. So accordingly, if I want to find out that what is the interest what I received, so interest का formula क्या रहेगा? CI will be equal to A minus P. Amount minus principal is going to give me the interest. So here the CI will be equal to 12100 minus 10,000. So that will be rupees 2,100. Got it? So this is how you are going to find out the value of the compound interest, right? So this is what you are having in the exercise. We are using this formula and this formula, these two formulas we are using and solving the sum. But there is one small thing which is going to be added over here, and that is, suppose it is such that the interest what I am going to get is not going to be yearly given to me, but it is going to given to me in every 6 months or every 3 months. This is called as, so this formula is for where n will be equal to the number of years. So if it is per annum, then R is equals to R and N is equals to number of years. If it is per, or you can say half yearly, okay, if it is half yearly. Now if the interest is given to you half yearly, that means the bank is going to give you interest every 6 months. So when the bank is giving you interest every 6 months, there will be two changes over here. First of all, my rate of interest will become R upon 2, because instead of giving me 10% per annum, they will give me 5% for 6 months. Obviously, because it is 10% for the whole year. So half year के लिए कितना हो जाएगा? 5%. So it will be R upon 2. And the number of years over here. Now if it is for 2 years, suppose it is for 2 years, then how many times will I get the interest? So every 6 months I am going to get interest. So accordingly, I will be getting 4 times the interest. Okay, the interest I am going to get will be 4 times in that period of 2 years. So that's why the N over here will be equal to number of years into 2. Okay, because I am going to get twice every year. I am going to get the amount or I am going to get the interest twice every year. So my R ka value will become half of that thing and N ka value will become double of that thing. Another factor is if I am given quarterly. Now quarterly means every 3 months. If I am going to get the interest every 3 months, that is called as quarterly. Then क्या हो गया? January, February, March का March end में मुझे पैसा मिलेगा. Then April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. ऐसे करके 4 बार. So I get the interest in December, in March, then I'll get it in June. ऐसे करके मुझे December में चौथा वाला मिलेगा. So every year I'm going to get interest 4 times. So automatically the rate of interest, if it is 12%, it will become 4 times 4 divided by 4. So accordingly, my R will be equal to R upon 4 and my N will be equal to N into 4. So if it is 2 years, I am going to get it 8 times. If it is 1 year, I am going to get it 4 times. If it is 2.5 years, I am going to get it as 2.5 है, यानी 4 times in 1 year, so 4 plus 4 8 plus 2 10. अगर 1.5 year है तो 4 plus 2 6. वैसे ही अगर half yearly है and it is 2.5 times, it will be 5. 2.5 into 2. So the same formula, the formula remains the same, but the value of R is going to be R upon 2 in half yearly and N will be equal to twice 10 in half yearly. Quarterly में it will be R upon 4 for quarterly and N into 4 quarterly. So this is the change in the formula when you are going to have a question wherein the interest is calculated or accrued, it's called as interest accrued, is half yearly or quarterly. If it is yearly, it is per annum, then no change. You are just putting the values, no change. But if it is half yearly or quarterly, you will have to convert this R into R upon 2 or R upon 4 and convert the N as N into 2 or N into 4. This is one kind of a difference over here. There is one more kind of a sum wherein they tell you that the rate of interest is not standard for each and every year. यानी हो सकता है फर्स्ट ईयर में उनको 12% दे रहे हैं, सेकेंड ईयर में 10% दे रहे हैं, उसके बाद 8% दे रहे हैं. So there is different kind of rate for different years. In such cases, it is successive years ke liye, if the rate is different, then you are going to use another formula, and that formula will be equal to A is equals to P 1 plus R1 upon 100, 1 plus R2 upon 100, and 1 plus R3 upon 100. It could be further also. So here, because this is for only 1 year, so here every time n is only 1. So that's why we are eliminating the n. Because I am just, see, अगर ये स्क्वायर होता तो हम लोग 2 बार लिखते हैं, क्यूब होता तो 3 बार लिखते हैं, तो उसके बाद हम लोग क्या करें, हर एक टाइम अलग अलग लिखते हैं, because this values of R1, R2 and R3 are different. So if I am going to have the rate of interest to be different for different years, then I am going to calculate them separately for each and every year. इस तरह से करेंगे, and you are going to find out the answer, right? So that is the value when the successive rate of interest is there for the successive years. The rate of interest is different for successive years. There is one final difference over here, and that is, if at all I have got the number of years, that is n is equals to 2.5 years. But if it is half yearly, तो problem नहीं है, 5 times मिलेगा मुझे, problem नहीं है. But suppose it is yearly, then I cannot have the formula as P1 plus R upon 100 raised to 2 upon 2, 1 upon 2, yeah, 5 upon 2. No, that will become very difficult for me to solve also. So what I will do is that I will make it 2 over here. I will find out the amount, and that amount I will keep it for another 6 months. So it will be, then I am going to use the formula of simple interest, wherein I will be having SI will be equal to PRT upon 100, where T will be equal to 6 months. That is half year. So T will be equal to 1 upon 2. Because it is 1 upon 2. So 2, we got the answer for 2 years over here, and that amount is kept for 6 months in the same rate of interest. So that's why we are finding out as a separate value. Okay, so this is, of course, when we do the sum, it will be much more clearer what I exactly mean by this kind of sums. So this is the different methods or the different kind of sums available for compound interest. The basic thing is that you need to read the formula properly. A, amount, is equals to P 1 plus R upon 100 raised to n, and CI, that is compound interest, is equals to amount minus principal. So amount minus principal gives you the compound interest. Okay. So these are the two formulas, and very important is P is the principal, A is the maturity amount or the total amount. We can just say amount also, not a problem, maturity का जरूरत नहीं है. R is the rate of interest per annum. The rate is per annum. If it is half yearly, so it will be R upon 2, and if it is yearly, it will be R, half yearly will be R upon 2, quarterly will be R upon 4. N is the time period. So time period will be number of years, but if it is per half yearly, it will be into 2, and if it is quarterly, it will be into 4. Got it? Simple ways. जो हम लोग rate of interest को जितना divide करेंगे उतना n को multiply करना है. Here we are dividing by 2, so you multiply by 2. Here are dividing by 4, so you multiply by 4. As simple as that. Clear? So in this case, let's start with the exercise 8.3 of your textbook. So let's start with, so page number 144, exercise 8.3. I'll try to do all the sums. Let's see. Okay, so we have the first sum. Calculate the amount in the compound interest on rupees 15,000 for 2 years at 10% per annum. So it is first ka first. It is principal is equal to rupees 15,000. The number of years n is equal to 2 years. The rate of interest is equal to 10%. You need to find out the amount and the compound interest. It is compounded annually. So we have got A is equal to P 1 plus R upon 100, the whole raised to n. So that is 15,000 into 1 plus 10 upon 100 the whole raised to 2. You can cancel the 0 here. So it will be 15,000 into, this is nothing but 10 plus 1, so 11 upon 10. So it is 11 upon 10 the whole square. So that is nothing but 15000 into 11 upon 10 into 11 upon 10. 0 gets cancelled. So it is 121 into 15. 15 1 15 to 30, 31, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it is 18150. So amount is equals to 18150. So accordingly, simple compound interest is equals to A minus P is equals to 18150 minus 15,000 is equals to rupees 3,150. Got it? Very simple sums. Calculation very important, right? So otherwise quite simple. We move on to the next sum, that is sum number 2. The principal is given as 156,250. So principal is equals to rupees 156,250. Okay, it is for 1.5 year. So N is equals to 1.5 year. And it is 8%. R is equals to 8% per annum. Now, it is going to be compounded half yearly. Compounded half yearly. So we change this. Therefore, this will be 3 upon 2 into 2 is equals to 3. And this will be equal to 8 upon 2 is equals to 4%. I told you half yearly रहेगा तो ये double हो जाएगा और ये half हो जाएगा. So there will be 4 and ये double 1.5 into 1.5 is 3. So A is equals to P1 plus R upon 100 raised to N. We know it is 156,250 into 1 plus R is 4 upon 100 into N is 3. So it is 156,250 into, this is 104 upon 100 into 104 upon 100 into 104 upon 100. Okay. So this is 25 6 5 6 and 5 this is 25 okay 4 sorry 4 26 and 4 25 this is again 25 26 25 26 25 over here, dividing it 25 ones are 25, this is 6 and then 62 is 2 125 is 5 0. This is 25 25 and this is 25 10s. So there is 26 into 26 into 26. So that gives me as 26 into 26. 6 is a 36, 6 to the 12, 14, 15, 0 is a 12 and 5. And so it is 6, 1, 6. Okay, into 26. So 6 is a 36. 12, 6, 1, 0, 6, 1. 16016. Sorry. Sorry, it's some calculation error. 6 is 36, 6 to the 12, 15, 6 to the 12. Oh yeah, shit. It is 676 into 26, so 6 is 36, 6 7 42, 45. So 15756, so it will be 175,760 will be the amount. Okay, so amount will be this much, and principal the and we also know that the compound interest CI will be equal to A minus P is equal to 175760 minus 156250 is equals to 0 1 5 उसके बाद 0 1 5 11 15 9. Okay, so it will be 19,510 will be the CI. Correct? This is the amount. So the two answers, 1,75,760 is the amount and 19,510 is the compound interest. So that's sum number first ka second. We now move on to sum number first ka third. Now it is 1 lakh rupees. So principal is equals to rupees 1 lakh, and the rate of, for 9 months. So time period is equals to 9 months. So and sorry, and the rate of interest is equals to 4% per annum, and it is quarterly. Now because it is going to be quarterly interest, so therefore what will happen? The change will be, number of months will be equal, number n will be equal to 3, because 9 months means 3 months ka difference means 9 divided by 3 is 3, and here 4 divided by 3, so it will be 4 upon 4. So here quarterly means only 1%, so 1 upon 1 upon 4. 4 upon 4 is equal to 1%. So accordingly, the amount will be equal to P1 plus R upon 100 raised to N. So that is 1 lakh. 1 plus 1 upon 100 raised to 3. So that will be 1 lakh into 101 upon 100 into 101 upon 100 into 101 upon 100. 2 cancels, 2 cancels, 1 cancel here. So this will be 101 into 101 into 101. So 101 into 101 is 1010, then 00101. So it's 10201 into 101 will be 10201 0, then 00, and 10201 10300301. So that's rupees 1030,301 upon 10 is equal to rupees 103030.10. So that's the amount, and the compound interest will be equal to 103030.10 minus 100000 is equal to 3030.10. Sorry. So that's the compound interest. So mainly what we need to see over here in both the cases was that in this case it was half yearly, so we divided the number of rate of interest by 2, and because it was quarterly we divided the rate of interest by 4. Because we divided the rate of interest by 2, so we multiplied the number of years into 2. And here, since we divided the number of the rate of interest by 4, so we divided the number of years by 4. So abhi kiya 9 months. What is 9 months? 9 months is nothing but 9 upon 12 years. So 9 upon 12 into 1 upon 4 करके क्या मिलेगा अपने को? That will give you 3. Okay, 9. So basically what you are doing is that we are trying to convert them into the fraction over here. So it is 3 will be the 3 times I am going to get the interest. So that's why it is going to be 3. Sorry. We now move on to question number 2. Okay, moving on to question number 2. Find the difference Between the simple interest, compound interest on 4800 for 2 years and 5% per annum, compounded annually. So you are given that the principal is equals to rupees 4,800. The rate of interest is given as 5% and the time period n is equals to 2 years. So first of all, let's find out the simple interest. So we know that simple interest is equals to PRN upon 100. So that will be equal to 4800 into 5 into 2 upon 100. That is rupees 480. So amount, so simple interest SI is equals to 480 rupees. Whereas in case of amount, we know that it will be compound interest will be 1 plus R upon 100 raised to n. So that will be 4800, 1 plus 5 upon 100 raised to 2. So you can cancel this as 20. So it is 4800 into 21 upon 20 into 21 upon 20. 0 cancels to the 24 and then 12 cancel here. So 21 into 21 is 441. So 441 into 12. 12 ones are 12, 12 fours are 48, 49, 48, 52. So that will be 5292. Accordingly, CI will be equal to 5292 minus 4800. That is 492. So difference is equals to CI minus SI. Now you saw that the CI is 492, whereas SI was 480. So it is 492 minus 480 is equals to rupees 12. So the difference between the compound interest and simple interest for rupees 4,800 kept for 2 years at 5% rate of interest will be 12 rupees. Is it clear? Sorry. This was sum number 2. We now move on to sum number 3. Find the compound interest on rupees 3125 for 3 years if the rate of interest for the first, second and third year are respectively 4, 5 and 6. So this precisely is a question based on the successive rate of interest. So we see sum number 3. Okay, in sum number 3 we have got, first of all, we have got principal is equals to rupees 3125. We have got the R1 is equals to 4%, R2 is equals to 5%, R3 is equals to 6%. So we know that amount is equals to P1 plus R1 upon 100, 1 plus R2 upon 100 and 1 plus R3 upon 100. You can see you don't need to take the n 3 years at all because it is 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. सीधा सीधा वहीं पे हो जाता है. So we don't need to write raised to something because for 1 year it is this much. So for 1, for raised to 1, raised to 1, raised to 1. तो raised to 1 करके कोई मतलब तो है नहीं because it's the same number. So it is nothing but 3125, 1 plus 4 upon 100, 1 plus 5 upon 100, 1 plus 6 upon 100. So that will be 3125 into 104 upon 100 into 105 upon 100 into 106 upon 100. So this is going to be 426 za, 425 za. This is 521 za, this is 520 za. And this will be 53 and 50. We take this as 25. So 25 ones are 25 and then 62 will be 2 za and then 12 5 125. Okay, then 25 2 za and 25 5 za and 5 za 4 za. Okay, now this cancels over here with 13. So 4 is remaining here and the multiplications over here are 53, 21 and 13. So that will give you as 53 into 21, 53, 0, 6, 0, 1, 3, 11, 113 into 13. 13 3 is 39, 31 13, 16, 31 13, 14, 31 13, 14. Yeah. So this upon 4. So it is 14469 upon 4. Okay, that is 4 3s are 12, and then 24. 24 will be 6 are 24, then 1s are, and then 29 will be given as 7s are okay, 29. So yeah, whatever. 7s are 28, and then 25. So we get the amount as this much. You need to find out the compound interest. So we have the CI is equals to A minus P is equals to 3617.50 minus 3125 is equals to 0.5. This is 2, 11, so it's 9, and 5 and 1, so 4. So rupees 492.50 will be the answer for sum number 3. Sum number 3 answer will be 492.25. Sorry, so this will be, division will be 25 over here, sorry. Yeah, calculation error. This is, so this will be 36 53 into 21 into 13. Yeah, 14469 divided by 4 will be 3.25. Okay, right. So that was the answer, 592.25 for question number 3. Okay, so we now move on to question number 4. Question number 4 is Kamla borrowed rupees 26,400 from a bank to buy a scooter at the rate of 15% per annum compounded yearly. So the principal is given to you as rupees 26,400. The rate of interest is given to you as 15% per annum compounded yearly, so we don't need to write anything per annum. And then the number of years what she is going to take it for. What amount will she pay at the end of 2 years and 4 months to clear the loan? Oh, that's what amount she pays. So is 2 years 4 months. So what we'll do is that we'll first find out what is the amount she's going to pay at the end of 2 years. So at end of 2 years, we have got amount is equals to P1 plus R upon 100 raised to n, which will be 26400, 1 plus 15 upon 100 raised to 2. Once you have this thing, which will be equal to 26400 into 115 upon 100 into 115 upon 100. So this zeros gets cancelled. 5 20s are, and 5 2 23s are, and then 5 4s are, and 5 23s are. Right, 4 will be 2, and this is 1 3 2, and again here 2 se cancel ho jayega, so it will be 61. So it will be equal to 61 into 23 into 23, so 23 into 23, I don't remember. Yeah, so this is 96064. Yeah, 529. Yes. Yeah. Okay, 60 529, and then 6 9s are 54, and 6 2 is 12, 17, 31. So that is 9 6. Okay, so that gives me as 32269 for 2 years. Now they have told me 2 years and 4 months. Okay, so it is 2 years and 4 months. So what I need to do is I will need to take another formula for the simple interest for 4 months. So you will get over here SI is equals to PRT upon 100, wherein principal will be equal to 32269. The rate of interest will be, of course, it will be 15% only, but the time period will be 4 months, so that is 4 upon 12. Okay, it's 4 upon 12, right? So now I know that this is 4s will be 25 and 5 5s and 5 3s 3s and 4s, right? So this will be equal to 32269 upon 20. So that will be equal to 1613 914 and then 10.5 5 upon 10. So that will be rupees 1613.45. Therefore, the amount will be equal to 32269 plus 1613.45. That will be as 0.45. 9 plus 3 12, 6 7 8, 2 plus 6 is 8 and 3 and 3. So 3382 point rupees 3382.45 will be the amount she will need to pay. Oh, something or error. 36659. Let me check it out. It is for 4 months, so 4 upon 12 is correct. Here it is 32269 is okay. 32669 into 3 5 and 4 are 20 बराबर है. Something difficult. One sec. Compounded yearly. What amount you will pay at the end of 2 years and 4 months to clear the loan? Just a minute. Okay, there is a silly error I made over here. This 132 when I divide by 2, it is not 61, it should be 66. Accordingly, the answer over here will also change and it will become 34914. So here it will be 34914 into this. So it will be 34914 divided by 20 will give you as 17457. Okay, divided by 10. So it will be giving you as 1745.70. So accordingly, this particular thing completely changes to 34914 plus 1745.70, giving you the answer as to total rupees 36659.70. That's the answer for sum number 4. Okay, so we'll end the video over here with sum number 4 and we'll continue with sum number 5 in the next video.